Shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kagadash. Double honor to the Positive Israel, aka the Positive Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all true sincerity. All right, real quick, I just got up real quick, and just got up real quick. So it's like 11 o'clock almost, quarter to 11 at night, East Coast time. But I had to do this. And I gotta keep it very low, neighbors, low for the neighbors I have. So I just saw something the brother posted on his social media. And it was an interesting fact. It said, as it says on the thing, Italy has set a new record, a new world record. Now, you see new world records, usually a world record is something to be like, feel accomplished or have a little certain bit of pride and honor to set a world record. But the world record they set is not a good record. The record they set is they have not had a newborn, a childbirth in the last 3 months. Now, the last link I seen about it was October 10th, 2023. I seen other articles, 2022, early 2023, 2021, so on and so forth. So obviously Italy has been having a fertility issue for at least during the start of the C-19. Who knows how much really. Now, I put the scripture, Isaiah the 47th chapter. Now that speaks about the daughter of Babylon, but you gotta understand something. Italy is one of the countries that started and is in the midst of the daughter of Babylon. What I mean is, it's still an Edomite country, and Italy, that's where it started. When these devils got up in the papacy, it was in the land of Italy. Remember, they were the Romans first. The Roman Empire, a part of the Roman Empire was Edomites ruling. Okay? That's where, you had the first tax. Anywho, but back to this. So, they haven't had a childbirth in 3 months. 3 months. I don't know if it's 3 months from today, because like I said, I looked up an article and it said October 10th. So I don't know when the 3 month span started and where we're at right now. I don't know if we're was it started 3 months ago, or has it been just 3 months since they haven't had a childbirth, and maybe it's more, or maybe it's heading towards more, because now that's at October 10th. October 10th is almost, October, we're already past half of it. I believe it's the 20th. It's the 19th. And the 19th, we're basically damn near day is over, technically. So now, I got an article, and I'm gonna bring out the scriptures. I'm gonna read Isaiah the 47th chapter, because just for some fact that it mentions the loss of children. And you gotta remember, Italy is part of the beast system. It's all part of the beast system. Italy and America, have allies and whatnot. It's a lot of Italians here. A lot of Italians have made themselves home here. You got the whole thing of the Moors, Italy. It's all of that. But at the end of the day, it said that the whole country has not had a childbirth in 3 months. That's no matter who's there. What's up with that? And what's to say that that's not going to come to? I remember there was the documentary of Died Suddenly that was talking about that, the sticky stab. The lady was talking, this is in America, the lady was talking about how they expect childbirth to be low within the next few years. Italy was a high shot up country, I believe. I believe they took heed to that. No childbirth in 3 months. So we got one in Reddit. So the question reads, is that true that in Italy there are no childbirths in 3 months? This is Reddit. Everybody knows Reddit, right? What? No, it don't say Reddit, but that's the Reddit website logo and format and shit. That's the Reddit logo, actually. Reddit. People use Reddit, to post reviews and, shit like that. So it says, is that true that in Italy there are no childbirths in 3 months? So the question, it says, I can't believe that this is true. However, I read this article on the Medium and it says there were no childbirth, no birth in Italy. Here is a quote. Here is a quote. Unfortunately, Italy has recently set a new all-time low. So they set an all-time low, as there were no births in the entire country for 3 months. So the entire country of Italy, has not had a childbirth in 3 months. 3 months. You go into another month, that's going to be a quarter of a year. You go in another 3 months, that's a quarter of a year. Keep in mind, we have to keep an eye on this. In Italy, no childbirth in the last 3 months, and this was taken. And on Reddit, this was posted 9 days ago. So on Reddit, this is posted 9 days ago. And I'm gonna read a couple comments, and I'm gonna go to the article where this person reference was in Medium, because that article popped up in Medium. So it says they have several 100,000 births every year. So there's no way I'm going to believe that claim, especially since it seems to come from some random person on Medium.com who doesn't bother to cite any source for it. Now that's true. That's true. But the fact that that vibration is out there, so basically a bunch of people that don't believe it. Now, yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. I forgot Reddit is a bunch of posts and opinions. Now let's check this out. This is the article which a person referenced in the Reddit Medium, right? Now look what it says. No childbirth in 3 months. Now, of course, we have to do more digging. But I'm gonna just bring up what I'm seeing right now. No matter of fact, hold up. Now I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read this article in Medium, right? Or if it's not a long article, I'm gonna read this article, right? And then I'm gonna go to other posts about this same topic. So it says, Italy achieves unthinkable world record, no childbirth in 3 months. It says, while we once approached the severely depleted birth rate, happening as solely the major issue for the Asian circle, not including South Asia, India, of course, what we're finding now is that in fact it is affecting the entire EU or Europe significantly as a whole, except for one expected country, which we'll put forth later. Unfortunately, Italy has set a new all-time low, as there were no births in the entire country for 3 months. Astonishingly crushing is an understatement to say the least. Now this is on the Medium. This is what the person brought out. Reference in the Reddit. And it reads, Italy's dearth of babies is considered a national emergency, and fixing the problem was a prominent policy pledged by Giorgia Meloni. Now let's say that fact isn't true, but there is an issue with fertility and reproduction in Italy. This is a fact. Ahead of last year's election, which saw her become the country's first woman prime minister of Italy. Last year, Italy recorded more than 12 deaths for every 7 births. And the resident population fell by 179,000. Fell by 179,000 to 58.85 million. ISTAT, which is the acronym ISTAT, said in its annual demographic report. I guess that's similar to like a census thing. It says a major factor is the reduction in the aging of the female population. In the 15 to 49 age group conventionally considered reproductive, the Institute said in a note, the fertility rate edged down to 1.24 children per woman from 1.25 in 2021. So that's 2 years ago. And it went down, registering a decline in central and northern regions and a marginal increase in the south. Who's in southern Italy though? Who's in southern Italy? Remember, that's Sicily and all of that. Who's a lot in Sicily? Jake, probably Judah. That's an actual interesting detail. Is it a marginal? Is it a decrease in the central and northern region and a marginal increase in the south? Remember, a lot of Jake resonates in the south of Italy. So it says, before we go putting, and I'm gonna start reading because then they want me to continue reading. They want you to create an account, and I ain't doing that. So it says, before we go putting Italy on the extinction watch list that includes Japan, South Korea, and as much as 60% population reduction for China, we need to take some details and facts into consideration that will better help us understand the difference in how this issue is being addressed. How could you? What do you mean how it's being addressed? People are having children. And what these heathens will never admit is that shit YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Remember, what did YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI say? He controls death. He got the keys to hell and death. The Lord has the keys to life as well. The life has the keys to who's born and who's dead. Yahawah gave YAHAWASHI that, and what YAHAWASHI doing right now, he's lowering the population. See, Esau, they think that they're doing it, but it's the Lord that has the control of when the spirit comes into a body and when it's taken out. But now the Lord has it to where there's not that many people being born. There's a reason for that. There's a lot of people on the earth right now. We're coming into the Lord's day, His judgment day. So these heathens don't need to people don't need to keep having babies. Judgment day is almost set forth. All the spirits are almost back for that great day of judgment of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, when YAHAWASHI returns to judge the earth which He hath made, along with His elect, which I hope to be a part of, and what other brothers hope to be a part of, man. To be delivered, to receive mercy from heaven, to receive mercy from Yahawah through YAHAWASHI. These other nations don't put YAHAWASHI in the midst of what is in control of everything. They don't put Yahawah and who's in control of everything. They say that they're in control. They say that they're doing it. But that's what the Lord said. They're gonna receive all of that losses, all those losses that they thought they wouldn't expect. I'm gonna get that because I'm almost done this article. Actually, it gets faded. So that's pretty much it on that. So actually, I want to bring out now you have people on the comment board saying, well, how could that be true and that's impossible, yada yada yada, right? So hypothetically speaking, let's say that person is wrong that put that stat that nobody was born and no newborn births have come in Italy in the last 3 months. Let's read on Italy a couple years ago about this issue. We got one from CNN.com, U.S. media. Low fertility. This is May 17, 2023. It says low fertility rate. Why is Italy's falling birth rate? Why Italy's falling birth rate is causing alarm? From The Guardian now. Italy's birth rate is falling. Can the storks help? This is Reuters. This is April 7th, 2023. And I'm just reading the Google search list. This is the Google search. See that? Reuters says births in Italy hit record low low in 2022. Population shrinks further. Okay. Here's another one from Reuters, and this how you know what this one. It seems like what Italy has gotten part of the drunkenness of America, the daughter of Babylon, because it says insight. This is Reuters again. Job or baby? Italian women struggle to have both holds back growth. Now that's the same thing happening to women in America, man. Same thing. Juggling a career and juggling family, or just juggling a career and not having a family. That's what a lot of women are doing. They're not having a family, and then they're going straight for the career because there's no men good enough for them. So they're going to focus on their career and their work. But what is that doing? That's lowering the population here. Who to know that America might not be on this list soon? Who to say all these other countries ain't going through the same thing? Italy just the ones that's getting reported on. But I'm pretty sure birth rates in America. So now you got to look at the Edomites though, because remember, a lot of Jacobs in the southern region of Italy, and they said what there was an increase in the southern region, but there's a decrease in the central and northern region where a lot of Edomites are. You have to keep that in mind. Okay, United Nations. It says low fertility, social rigidity, and government policies in Italy. CBS News, it says Pope Francis, I think I'm gonna click, and this is from May 12th this year, it says Pope Francis calls on Italy to boost birth rates as Europe weathers a demographic winter. Let's click on that. See, CBS News. April, and they say April, no, May 12th. So there is something going on with the birth rates in Italy. I don't know if it's, I can't tell, me, myself personally, I can't put that, like, it's for sure that there hasn't been an actual newborn birth in the last 3 months. But I do know from reading that and then going into depth that there is an issue with fertility in Italy. There's been a world issue, and it's been for the last couple of years. Okay, so it says Pope Francis calls on Italy to boost birth rates as Europe weathers a demographic winter. This is from May 12th, 2023. It says Pope Francis warned Friday that Europe is mired in a demographic winter and encouraged Italians to have more children. Why encourage them to have more children? Oh yeah, just have more children. I don't know the expenses and all that in Italy, but I'm pretty sure people are having children for a reason. Whether it be something from whatever they're in the food, because, all these stuff they shooting on people, all these medicines and all that. But what if people just are choosing not to have children? Just like in America, where people are choosing not to have children, just off base of how American life is, raising a child. It says the leader of the Catholic Church urged Italian politicians to take concrete action to tackle financial uncertainty that he said had made having children a titanic effort, feasible only for the rich. See? It says, speaking at an annual conference on birth rates alongside Italy's right-wing Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, which is the same lady mentioned in a Reddit article about the, talking about this very issue, the same lady, first woman Prime Minister. It says, Francis called on politicians to find solutions to social and economic issues preventing young couples from having children. How about you lower the prices, motherfucker? And that's not just Italy, man. All these countries, man. Especially here in America. Why don't you lower the prices of things? That's the very, very solution that'll help people be a little more at ease with raising children and having children. But since they won't do that, so they know what this is all part of the plan. This is part of Esau's plan, the population control. So right now, this is part of the plan. And it very well, their own people. Right there in Italy. A lot of stuff went down in Italy as far as with Jacob and Esau. So a lot of judgment got to come to Italy too. Remember, we got chased out of Jerusalem by the Romans, those Edomites. Those are the people that's in Italy right now. And remember, it said what, the central and northern region, man, where a lot of Esau's lineage is at. A lot of Jacob is in Italy, but they're in the southern region. Okay? Just reading on, it says, difficulty in finding a stable job, difficulty in keeping one, prohibitively expensive houses, sky-high rents, and insufficient wages are real problems, said the 86-year-old pontiff, adding, the free market without the necessary corrective measures becomes savage and produces increasingly serious situations and inequalities. No shit. Who does that sound like? That sounds like right over here in America too. So who's to say America's not going to be on the next list of ain't had a newborn in months? We getting into those times. We getting into those real crucial times that YAHAWASHI warned of that was going to hit the earth, along hitting Jake and these other nations. Remember, the Lord said his judgment, he's going to judge the heathen round about and our own people. But when the Lord comes back, he got to holler at who? 2/3 of his people first, and then who? Esau. And then the rest of the nations. Well, Esau and the rest of the nations in the entirety. But Esau is the one ruler, so he has to actually take Esau out of power. These other nations aren't in the power seat. Esau is. And like I said, and look what it says. And this is, like you go into articles, it got other links. Look what it says. U.S. birth rates drop as women wait to have babies. U.S. birth rates drop as women wait to have babies. So who to say America's not next in this list? Oh yeah. And who's to say they're not number one and they're not reporting on it? But it says, I'm not going to read too much. I'm going to get to the scripture and I'm going to close it out. I didn't want this to be that long. But, I had to bring some of this stuff out because, these are things to look for, man. It says, experts say, it says Italy has the lowest birth rate in Europe. The country recorded, now this article was May 2023, May 12, 2023. So this is low-key up to date. It says Italy has the lowest birth rate in Europe. The country recorded a new record low number of births last year at just 392,598. That number is of particular demographic concern when put in the context of the overall number of deaths in the country during 2022, which was 713,499. So you have more deaths than births. And it says experts say at least 500,000 births are needed annually to prevent Italy's social security system from collapsing. The Italian economy minister warned this week that the country's gross demographic product, GDP, could drop by 18% over the next 20 years if the trend is not reversed. And they look at 20, remember, they think that house will continue forever, but how can it continue forever when you're not even producing in your own kingdom? You're not even, the Lord has it where you're not reproducing in your own kingdom. You're at your end for real. If you're not reproducing, where's your future? Because the spirit keeps reincarnating, but you're losing your kingdom. And it's not. Remember, this could come to America if it's not here already. Because you already seen it. It said, U.S. birth rates drop as women wait to have babies. That's in America. Remember, Italy and America do a lot of things the same way. Remember, a lot of things in America is a branch of the Italian and Roman way. Remember, America is a branch of the Roman Empire. And it says Meloni's government has proposed measures to encourage families to have more children, including lowering taxes for households with kids, helping young couples buy first homes, and urging communities to provide free daycare so parents can return to work. See? They doing all this and it's still not going to work. You can't just jump and be like, oh, I want to have children. Now people are getting older. And you got a lot of the younger generation that don't want to have children at all because they see what this generation of older people are going through. It says Francis told the people most impacted by the economic circumstances were young women facing almost insurmountable constraints as they're forced to choose between their careers and motherhood. He said many women were being crushed by the weight of caring for their families. We must not accept that our society gives up on generating life and degenerates into sadness, he said. When there is no generation of life, sadness steps in, which is an ugly and great sickness. Yeah, for you. For you. Because that's Esau going through a lot. These other nations are reproducing. These other nations are reproducing, but you're not reproducing. Now, it mentioned other nations, like it mentioned Moab, it mentioned such and such, but Moab is not on top. You're on top. This is the top nation seed in jeopardy, and a top nation and a top country of the seed of Esau's seed, Italy. Italy is not no small fry to Esau's kingdom. It's a major part of Esau's kingdom. So enough of all of that. Since I got it. Come on with it. Let's go to Isaiah, the 47th chapter. I'm going to start at verse 1 and I'm going to jump on down to verse 7. It reads, Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Now, granted that a daughter of Babylon, I'm talking about America being the daughter of Babylon, but you remember, the daughter of Babylon, America has family. They have connections, they have links. They have other countries that, you know, take part in all of this with them. Italy being one of them. Italy is one of them. And like I said, there's a lot of history that goes down, that went down in Italy between Jacob and Esau. In recent times, and this empire. Well, not this empire, America, but Esau's rule empire. From the time of the Greeks all up to the Romans up until now. There's been a lot of history that happened amongst us. Not the whole world, but definitely in Italy. Remember, that's where Rome was. That's where our Lord was crucified. That's where the disciples prophesied. A lot of the disciples, apostles, lived in during the Roman Empire. Okay, so it says, King of daughter Babylon, sit down, you have no throne. Now skip down to verse 7. And it says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it, because Esau don't remember the latter end that he's facing. He thought it was going to be glitz and glamour for him forever. He thought somehow he didn't give up that birthright. But you gave that up. You gave that up, and Jacob has it. It was promised for Jacob, and it's about to go down. For Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's where we're living right now. We're in the transitional stages, where the Lord is taking down Esau's system, taking everything that made it great, taking everything that made it strong, and making it weak now with those same qualities, those same things that he thought he would never see. Okay? Verse 8, and it reads, therefore hear this, hear now this. Thou art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am. So you actually saying, you the Heavenly Father. How dare you? Okay? And none beside me. That's exactly what the Heavenly Father said in a couple chapters prior. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. So neither shall I know the loss of children. Now, granted, that goes a few ways, but loss of children also means what? You're not reproducing children. So in a sense, that is a loss of children. And you're experiencing it right now. And look where it said Italy. And look where it said the southern and northern regions. But it said a higher uptick was in the southern regions. Who was that? Jake. Where Jake is at. This is a world record, they said. A world record low. This is a bad record to set. Let's say no childbirth in 3 months. So in like what? That's 90 days? So you haven't had a newborn in 90 days. And like I said, that article from Reddit was October 10th. And there's another article that said the same info prior to where we're at now. Because we're still in October. All right? Verse 11, Isaiah chapter 47. Therefore, excuse me, I'm bugging. Neither shall I know the law. Verse 9, it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. So all that bullshit Esau been doing. Italy is a part of it. That's a part of your reign. That's one of your quarters. That's what the Roman Catholic Church and all of that. What do you think that said? This is the Pope talking about what they should do to get to telling the people to have more children, and getting ways to have the people have more children and reproduce. And that same thing is coming over here to America, because I'm pretty sure the birth rates in America have dropped too. They already said it has. I don't know to the extent of the country not having a birth in 3 months as a whole, but they said the whole country in Italy. That's what the dude said. That's what it said in the Medium article. It said in 3 months there has not been one childbirth, which is kind of crazy. But we're living in what? We're living in some crazy times. Verse 10, and it reads, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Italy being part of that. Excuse me, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. So you basically saying you're the Most High. But you're not, and he's showing you that right now by what? You can't have no children. One of the greatest things of being a species is reproducing. The Lord has taken that from you in Italy right now, or He's made it very, very low. Because I'm not going to go on record and put it and sign off that there has not been one childbirth in 3 months. But that is something to look at. That is something to look at, because when you go to other articles, it says that Italy is facing very, very low birth rates. To where I guess if they get that low, maybe that can be a thing, and that could travel over here to America, because the same things, the same reason why they say Italians are not having children are the same reason they're not having children over here, right here in America, the actual daughter of Babylon. But there's branches. Italy is a branch of the daughter of Babylon, so it's gonna go through them same curses, because we gotta get that land back too. We're gonna Yahawashi, when Yahawashi comes back, He's gonna put this world in complete order and righteousness, man. Thus saith Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. That's what Yahawah said Yahawashi is gonna do when He comes back. He's gonna put the earth back in its righteous place, righteous order. So, like I said, Isaiah 47:11, it says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee; thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee; thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know." Now that's going on right now, with America being involved with that situation going on there in the east. What's happening in the east? Because that's Esau, Amalek in particular, and you can't put this off. And He said you don't even know where it came from, because it came out of nowhere. The Lord put the Spirit on them, and on them people in that region, and just went crazy ever since October 7th. 3 days before that article came out about Italy, because that article came out October 10th. That joint happened October 7th. So now look at the timeline. People are not having children like that. Well, clearly in Italy the birth rates are low. In America the birth rates have lowered, they said. So what about the whole world? They said China, South Korea, all of that. People are not having children right now. This is not the time for that. Everybody's in the time. This is a time of war. And everybody's going to get involved. Everybody is involved. But to Esau, this is to Esau's end. Because I'm going to read that again. Because you got to really consider about what's going on with the in the land of Israel right now. Because you got to look at the citizens and what they're saying, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 10. Isaiah 47:10. "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness." So that this goes to Esau as a whole. "Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee." Now, a lot of wickedness and a lot of how they got into power happened in Italy. Remember the Borgias, when they got into the papacy, that was in Italy. The papacy is in Italy. The popes, when they got into the papacy, them Edomites did, the late 1400s. And the time, and then what happened shortly after, Columbus and all of them. Well, I think they was around the same. They was in the same era. The Borgias and Columbus and them. Italy is a major part of that energy. Italy is a major part of the story. That land is a major part of the story. A lot of those Edomites that took us down, they're in Italy right now. And it said, "None seeing me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge." And that could go to Borgia himself personally. They did a lot of, I read the book on Cesar Borgia. They did a lot of bullshit to get in the papacy. They didn't do that. They didn't do it the right way. They did it, and they did a lot of secret shit. They did a lot of treacherous shit, murderous shit. Okay. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none beside me. So you said you like the Most High. And it says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it cometh, riseth." And that's what those people say in Israel right now. Oh, what the hell? What happened? And just there was a lot of things happening. And it was a surprise attack. They were caught off guard. But what did the Lord say? "It shall come as a thief as a night." Remember, we're in the process of the Lord's day. This is the day that the Lord has made. This is His day of judgment approaching soon. And so He's not going to allow Esau to just be living just in the fatness of the earth and just be living all comfortable now. Because now we're at His end. So now you have to be, you're going to be getting these things that you can't put off. That's why I tell people, this is not going to stop. It could die down, it could do whatever, but this is never going to die off. And right now we're in a time where this might not stop. They might just keep mooring. We're in the time of the great day of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. The nation shall be fighting when he comes back. So they're going to be fighting until he comes. That means he's coming soon. There's only one more thing they need to do, and that's what? MOTB. That's one of the last things he has to do. He has no more of his plan. He's at the end of his plan. And it's right to the beginning of YAHAWASHI's plan, which is to put righteousness back on earth and put his people back on. But he got to take Esau out. They have to go. They have to be taken. And he's doing it right now, slowly but surely. And it's not even that slowly anymore. We're in a time of war. This is the time of war. And what? He said the third woe cometh quickly. That's it. So, and you know with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Phone about to die. Just got the alert, so we give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honor to the positive Israel, aka the positive great millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom. Shalom to everybody.